Belina Maikako, welcome to Keep It Aloha, a podcast that keeps it aloha by being not too sweet, not too rancid, but just sweet. Wait, I'm your host Kamaka, and I don't think that's how that line's supposed to go. Whatever, let's just introduce our guest, because we got a sweet episode for you today. But before we introduce him, I gotta remind you to check out our website at keepitaloha.com to get some KIA merch, just like this sweater I'm wearing today. I think it's a hoodie, but let's roll with sweater. And make sure you check out our Patreon at patreon.com/kamakadias to get exclusive behind the scenes access to this podcast. We're an independent podcast, and all funds go to help us running this podcast and bringing the best quality content every single week. If supporting this podcast with money is not for you, but you still love listening to us, please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Today we have a really fun episode. I am basically talking to the Samoan version of myself. Johnny Sweet is in the building today, and he has an amazing life story. He is so strong, resilient, and very, very talented. So I'm so stoked that I get to bring this episode to you guys, and you guys get to learn more about him. You're going to enjoy the episode just as much as I did. So let's introduce our guest. Support for this podcast comes from Texaco in Hawai'i, which features 58 convenient locations across the state. Fueling up at Texaco is fast and easy when you use the Texaco mobile app to pay at the pump. The Texaco mobile app is a contactless way to pay for fuel so you can get in and out of the gas station quickly. Fuel your car and fuel yourself. Pick up your favorite local snacks and ice cold drinks at your neighborhood Texaco today. Texaco at Techron, driving performance. Our guest today is an Aile reggae singer-songwriter from the island of Oahu. His debut EP, Keep It Movin', was nominated for a 2020 Island Music Award and continues to get heavy radio play in Hawaii. He is known for his single, Thank You, which has over 3 million streams on Spotify. In 2019, Johnny was nominated as Breakout Artist of the Year at the second annual Music Awards and has toured with Grammy-Nominated Maoli and 4 times Island Music Award winner Fia. This former collegiate athlete has called an audible on his career and is now taking his talents to stages and microphones all across the world. I am so stoked to talk stories with him today. His name is Elijah Lagafuaina, most commonly known as Johnny Sweet. Aloha, Johnny. Welcome to the Keep It Low podcast. How you doing?
What's up, brother? Good to have. That is quite the intro.
That's just what you did in life.
Let's go.
Did I get the last name correct?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. All right. Pronouncing things correctly is really big for me. So
it's a lot closer to Hawaiian than most people would think.
Yeah, totally. I think the confusing thing with like Samoan is like how you read it and how you pronounce it sometimes isn't the same with the G's and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of you gotta just be on your toes or know a little bit about it. But yeah, mahalo for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm happy this is happening. I love that our worlds have been colliding and coming a little bit closer over the last year with our manager Josh. He manages the both of us. Meeting Pastor Mike and his family, and you're part of his ohana as well. So yeah, it's just cool. I think we tried to plan this before, but I feel like the timing and how it's happening now, it's perfect.
Yeah, happened exactly when God wanted it to happen.
Exactly.
Man. Stoked to be here, bro.
Super cool. Well, I'm excited to get to know your whole life story.
Yeah,
let's get right into it. Where are you from? Where you grad? And what was it like growing up?
I'm from Kipapa. It's a town in Mililani. I always represent Kipapa to the fullest. I wear it on my sleeve if you know me.
Yeah.
I graduated from Mililani High School, class of 2011, by way of Storefront. It's a little green trailer in the middle of Waihawa. When you get kicked out of school, that's where you go.
Oh, okay.
And it gives a little bit of a background of how I grew up. I was a little bit of a troubled kid. Grew up with a lot of hardship, but definitely within my household, my papa and my grandma who raised my siblings and it was just a household full of love, full of God-fearing grandparents, and even though it took a little while, everything that they instilled inside of us, man, it's coming to fruition today.
Okay, awesome. So growing up, were you into music, sports, going to church? Sounds like you had a little bit of
I loved music no matter what. I come from a musical family. Like my grandma was our choir director. And I went to a church of maybe like 75 people and we're all family. One is Samoan church in Milani Efakasal, right across the street from Kipapa Park, where like if we flat, you sharp in the choir, you get slapped on the hand kind. So that's why we got a good ear for
Oh, they nice.
harmonies.
Just the hand, not the back of the
Yeah.
head.
They was too lazy for walk all the way around,
That's
so
what it was.
they just stood on the chair or sat on the chair while we sat on the ground with the stick or the broom in their hand, and every time you flat, in our hand. But yeah, music was always a part of my life. I did not see it being a career that I wanted to pursue until I graduated from college. But sports was everything to me growing up, specifically football. I played football since I was 7 years old, all
Pop
the way
Warner, all
all
of
the
that,
way
yeah.
till 21, 22 years old. And so it's always been a huge, massive part of my life, sports as in general.
Yeah. I grew up playing sports all my life, soccer, football.
Yeah.
And so you played football. I'm gonna guess like a kicker, maybe.
I was a long snapper.
Yeah, long.
Yeah.
What position did you actually
In
play?
high school, I played defensive back.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was like only 200 pounds in high school. And
Only
then-
200. I was
Yeah.
barely 145 in high school. That's why I was a kicker and receiver.
yeah, right. I went to college as a defensive back, and then going like in the midway of my freshman year, I got moved to linebacker, which was a very good move, and it crushed my Polamalu dreams because I wanted to be Troy Polamalu so bad.
Yeah.
But it was a great decision by my coach because following year, my sophomore year, I went from 210 pounds to 250 pounds.
Cool.
I gained 40 pounds in one off season. And that's exactly why my coach moved me to linebacker. He's like, bro, I already knew you was not going to stay 210 pounds. And he even told me, he's like, one of my biggest secrets is I take Polynesian defensive backs and I turn them into All-American linebackers. And that's what he did.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, so you went from Troy Polamalu to the next man Taiteo.
Yeah, tried to be him. Yep.
Yeah, because we're same age. I was 2011 guy too. So
Okay.
we were watching the same players coming out. Troy Polamalu.
Gosh, Manti was such a beast.
The end of Ed Reed's career.
Yeah.
And, all those great safeties.
Uh-huh.
So that's awesome. After you graduated high school, you ended up playing college for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where did you go?
I played, my first college I went to was Mount San Antonio College, Mount Sac in Southern California.
A lot of Hawaii kids go there.
A lot of Hawaii
and
boys
that's my
went there.
friends
Like
that go there.
my freshman year, there was 25 of us.
Yeah.
25 Hawaii boys. And it was funny because we took on a whole, like, there's this complex right across the street from the school. And we all lived in it, and we tore that place up. Like, we was partying day and night, barbecuing, bumping reggae music, bumping Fiji and J-Boog at the pool while we're grilling up some steaks and some chicken. Just pretty much we was blowing all of our graduation party money in the first 2 weeks. Because after that, we was eating every flavor ramen noodle, switching it up, Salisbury steaks, Vienna sausage, which is what I grew up on anyway, so it was gourmet to me.
Okay, yeah.
But, man, that's what Mount Sac was like. It was a junior college, and there was 16 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment.
Dang, that sounds like a Polynesian family right there.
It does. It was nothing new to me, but for some, they were like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm talking like 4 people per room, 2 people in the hallway, living room, even one guy is laying in the kitchen, the legs popping out into the living room.
All from Hawaii?
All from Hawaii.
Wow, low key, that was the 10th island, huh?
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
Well, actually, no, the 11th island, because we just figured out Disneyland might be the 10th island when Tumua was saying that there's always Hawaiians over there.
Yes.
So I think Mount Sac was the 11th island.
The 11th island,
Okay.
So many Hawaii boys, bro. And yeah, that school put hair on my chest, turned me into a man, bro.
Wow.
There was times where we never have electricity. And one time I remember it was going 2 weeks in a row. We would charge our phones and our laptops at the laundromat so that we could have our laptops charged so we could do our homework. 6 a.m. we're sitting outside of the coffee shop trying to catch Wi-Fi through the window so we could turn in our papers. Like that's the JUCO life, bro.
Wow.
And there's one time where we call her Mama Maria, this Mexican family that lived downstairs from us. We'd always play outside with their kids. And one time she realized we never have electricity. So her husband went to Home Depot, buy one extension cord, and they gave us electricity for a whole week until we could
So
pay our
sweet.
electricity bill, so we could have.
Oh, you guys didn't have it because you didn't pay it. That's
Yeah, we
why.
didn't pay
I
it.
thought it was just
No. We was just broke. Like I said, we blew all our graduation party money already
okay.
on all the wrong stuff. So yeah, Auntie Maria helped us out, gave us
Shout out
electricity.
to Auntie Maria.
Shout out Auntie Maria. But that's what junior college life was like at Mount Sac. And then I ended up finishing off graduating at a university in Texas, West Texas A&M University, which was where I met some of my closest friends. And I never thought in a million years I would end up in the middle of nowhere in Texas, where went from 25 Hawaii boys to 4 of us over there. Yeah. But yeah, it was awesome.
Were there anybody from Hilo playing with you at Mount Sac?
No, but there was a baseball player from Hilo that played baseball at the school in Texas.
Oh, okay.
He's one of my best friends now.
Who is it?
Kamalu Kumoku.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's from Hilo, from Panayava. He ended up coming to high school here on Oahu.
Okay, that's probably
because just to get better looks for baseball. But yeah, I ended up being one of my best friends. It's a funny story how we met. He was going to a baseball party on the second floor of the apartment building I was living on, and to our knowledge, there's only 4 of us from Hawaii, 3 football boys, 1 softball girl. And we see this guy walking upstairs with one Heineken case with the red, yellow, green Volcom surf shorts. And I was like, bro, nobody else in this small town of Texas is drinking Heinekens but us. So I did the local boy call. I go, hoi! Boy, come back downstairs. He goes, where you from? Hilo? Sabdo! Best friends ever since, bro.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I love the connection that we have with other people from here in random places all around the world.
Crazy, bro.
You could just meet the first time and you're automatically best friends.
It's kind of like it gives you the taste of home, and you just miss that. You miss that island people, and I mean it's happened several times in Texas where we run into a local guy from Kahalu at one gas station in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy.
That's awesome. How did you enjoy Texas? The cost of living is a lot cheaper there.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
I mean, I know you were still broke over there, but I mean, it was probably a little easier going from Hawaii to California.
Oh,
than
absolutely,
Texas, right?
Bro, I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment by myself for $450.
That's crazy.
You cannot even get.
You can't sleep in my bathroom for that price.
For real, bro. You can't even get a cardboard box from Home Depot for $450.
Yeah.
But that's how cheap it was, and I was on scholarship then, so it was like, what do I do with this leftover money after you pay rent? And that's when you realize, wow, JUCO life, we made it here, and now we got this scholarship money, living on your own. One person from 16 people in a 3-bedroom to 1 person in a 2-bedroom. That's Texas was amazing, bro. I had a lot of teammates that offered Southern hospitality, I guess you could say. It was very similar to the Hawaiian culture.
We call it Aloha, they call it Southern hospitality.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, there was teammates of mine that were haole, but they embraced me like their own. Some of them, I meet their uncles, they never even heard of Polynesians in their life. They thought I was a big Mexican, but they took me in and they fed me and they loved on me and spent Thanksgiving with their families.
Amazing.
It always gave me a sense of home over there in Texas.
Totally. So you were there for your last couple years?
2 years of college, yep.
Okay, and then you're still playing linebacker.
Yep.
And then once you're getting closer to graduating, was the goal to play in the NFL?
It was. Yeah. So I came home. I trained for 10 weeks straight with one of my best friends. He owns a personal training business called Gifted and Fitted, Taz Stevenson. Okay. He trained me for the combine for my pro day. I got the opportunity to work out for a few NFL teams, but never got the call. Oh. So,
Well, at least you tried.
Yeah, I was definitely blessed to just get out there and do my best. And it was a lot tougher than I thought to hang it up.
Yeah.
There was always that hope and dream that I would get that call, but it never did happen. And that's when I ended up moving home.
Okay. But how long was it until you really kind of let go? Or do you still hold on to it?
No, I don't hold on no more. I can't even.
Because, for me, I would have made it to NFL if I never get hurt my senior season. Like, guarantee if I never get hurt, I would have made it.
Guarantee.
Tell all the young kids these days, bro, uncle, he would have made it to the NFL if that one guy never ran into me.
Yeah, I never like end up like the uncle from Napoleon Dynamite, just throwing the
Oh,
football in the
that's me.
backyard.
That's me. I was Pop Warner, 6th grade quarterback.
All-star.
All-star, playing both sides. You know Travis Hunter. Before that, it was Kamaka Diaz on the Kilcaw Warriors. Pop Warner,
Oh,
older lighter.
Warriors.
Older lighter. I was 7th grade playing
Older
Pee-wees.
lighter. Oh, brah. I haven't heard that statement in forever.
One game,
Older
I had a
lighter.
passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, an interception, and a block field goal.
And Katusha the game.
And a Katouche. Yeah. 7th grade, that was my peak.
There we go. For a lot of guys too.
Yeah.
But they still keep their highlights in their Instagram bio.
I got in my favorite folders. But yeah, so you gave that up. How long was it until you're like, okay, I gotta do something else?
It took at least 2 years after. I was still getting some emails for some like European, Japanese leagues overseas. But in my mind, I was like, if it ain't NFL or CFL, I don't want it. And I kept training, but I was also working, you know. But at the end of the day, like, it started to get more and more apparent that it wasn't God's plan for my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so when did this whole music thing start?
So
as a career,
I have 2 cousins that have been in the industry like right out of high school, Lapana Yuriko and Clandon Fitawi. They're 2 very renowned producers and musicians.
Okay, I didn't know Clandon was, because he was there when I met you guys at Propeller.
Yes,
I didn't know that was your cousin.
Clandon's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
He's actually my mom's first cousin.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a little older, so by a couple months.
Yeah.
So we just say cousin. But yeah, they were in the industry from a young age. When I moved home to Hawaii, I was bouncing at the Shack Mililani, and I was bouncing at a few clubs and bars in town, which is where they would be playing music at. And every time I see them, they're like, "Cuz, when you gonna jam with us?" And in my mind, it was I was a little afraid to take on a new dream. Music has always been a passion of mine. I mean, like, bro, we go karaoke bar, I'm hogging that mic and I'm not giving it up, you know? So it's like, I knew it was something in the back of my mind I was always passionate about, but I always wrestled like, do I start all over again at 23 years old or 24 years old, thinking that's so old, right? And wanting to like pursue another dream, or do I just stick to what I'm doing? And I work in construction in the day, security at night, you know? So it's like, do I just keep working and making money, or do I start something new? And it's crazy because it was one time where they were playing at the Shack, and they were playing with a band called Soul Roots, which one of my best friends was one of the lead singers, Mr. Shant.
Oh, yeah.
And they called me on stage while I was bouncing, and I ended up singing, and it was a wrap from there. Like, I was like, wow, I love this feeling. I love to entertain, you know what I mean? So after that, I've hit them up, and we ended up making music, and got involved in networking, meeting a lot of great people. JP Kennedy from The Green, Leslie Bimwala Luliazo, he's one of the music directors and drummers for J Boog. And so I met them, connected with them. They took me under their wing. I recorded a lot of music under them. And that's how I started to really network and branch out there and meeting all the heavy hitters in the industry.
Wow.
And it took off from there.
That's interesting because Ellie Mack has a Shack story as well. She used to work at the Shack. So something about the Shack.
Something about the Shack
musicians out, huh? I know. I think it was Mililani too, right?
Yeah.
Ah, that's crazy. Yeah. So just for those of you who don't know, I met Johnny Sweet and like his crew. I think it was Maile, Soul, Fia was there. You three, Clandon. We used to do these live Instagram streams during the pandemic. This is like early 2021.
Yeah.
When we were still not really allowed to go out, but or you could go out, but there was like a lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
But there was no events. So this business, they're out of business now, called Propeller USA. They would have their deck out in their building in Honolulu, and they would put these live stream concerts on with all these musicians. That's how I met Kelana. That's how I met you, Honoka, who else? A bunch of other people. But I remember meeting all you guys, and I never knew you before that. And I was just, these people are so good. Like every single one of you were so good. Man. And then I've been following ever since, and always been a fan. I think you did the song. I don't know if you did the song Thank You. Maybe I think Thank You in Beast Mode, I think you might have done.
Yeah.
And I was hooked on that. So and that was when I was just starting Hawaii Verse, and we were just trying to connect with people. So we're involved in a lot of events, and it's just cool to see from that point in the early pandemic till now to see how far we've come.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of growth, a lot of trial and error, a lot of support. I have one of the greatest support systems, and it's how you talk about is me, Fia, Miley, Clan. Like we all support one another. Like we're all solo artists, but we've all sang for each other
And danced.
Yeah, and
You guys
danced.
always got
We always got
choreography. Yeah.
And like I came up as a background singer, singing for Fij, and I sang a lot of backgrounds for Fia as well, and we've always had each other's back.
I love it.
And that's just how it is, like even till this day. Last weekend we had Holo Holo in Sacramento, and me and Fia were on the same card, and it's always amazing and so surreal to see where we're at today from where we come from.
Yeah, I think Jordan mentioned to me once I used to just post videos on Facebook.
Yep.
Of you singing.
Yep. Bro, just me and ukulele in the bathroom, bro. And again, like I had no intentions of pursuing music. I just love to sing. I love to play ukulele and guitar, and I used to always post those videos on Facebook.
Yeah. What about YouTube? Can we go on YouTube and find any old bathroom acoustic videos of you? Everybody got those.
Yeah, bro. I have a lot of those on YouTube, and like I go back listen to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, you suck. I just suck a little less now, but that's just the humble beginnings, man.
Totally, and it's nice that it's all documented because you can see their progress.
Yeah. And you can also see the weight get put on too. Some guys is like, "Oh, you sure that's you?"
You try to go from DB to linebacker to defensive line, DT. That's funny. So now that you're kind of in the I don't want to say peak because you're still I feel like once you get to the top of a mountain there's always another mountain, right? So you're just in the midst of your career right now. You're traveling, you're touring, you're meeting all these people. You already got your EP, you got other songs coming out that you was sampling earlier that you guys just gotta wait, stay tuned to hear it. So yeah, what's the trajectory like now? Like what's the goal here?
Oh, right now, social media is the name of the game today. And so like when you see guys like Glenn from Maoli, when you see even the High Water Boys who's killing it in the social media
everyone but the guy Jordan. I don't know why Jordan
JT,
little Filipino boy. I think he hit stuff.
Yes, they were like desperate for a drummer.
Super desperate.
And they went and they got this guy named Jordan.
Surprised they got him. Yeah. Especially with his haircut.
He might mute our mics, so maybe nah. But yeah, like Maoli, he during COVID, my man Glenn, he was working really hard on content, and like man, he's just taken completely over. And so as of right now, content and creating good stuff that people want to see and hear is number one priority right now.
Nice.
On top of releasing good music. But right now we've just been knocking out good content, trying to get ready for the takeover, man. I wanna get to where a lot of these guys are. I truly believe that we are capable of doing it. But we gotta put in the work. We gotta put in the work. We gotta grind it out. Like just even last night, gotta grind on. I see you there.
I'm a listener.
You're a listener. But last night I was up to 2 a.m. like trying to make these Google sheets. And bro, let me tell you something. I'm not a good. My wife was laughing at me because it took me 30 minutes to just learn how to merge cells in the sheets.
I'm the same. I hate Excel. Every single Excel sheet I use has been made by somebody else.
Yeah. So my wife is the main person behind all of this. So she's always the ones making these Google sheets for me. So last night I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and do this myself. And she comes out 30 minutes later. She's laughing. I only made like 5 things.
She's like, stick to your strengths.
But we gonna get there. I was on YouTube like, how do I merge this? Like.
That's funny.
So yeah, right now it's just getting organized, getting ready to release some content and some good music. We've been stacking. I've been working in the studio with Bimwala. I've been writing some music with Boog. I work with my cousin Lapana and Clandon. They have a lot of music with me. And recently I've been working with Calvin Kana of Drumwise. He's an amazing, talented producer and drummer. He drums for Through the Roots and Kaloi Kai, 3+. He's just super talented. Brought him from Maui, lives on Oahu now, but I've been working with him at least once a week for the last 2 months, and we just been stacking music, man.
Oh,
So
awesome.
we just trying to make sure the clip is full, ready to go.
Totally. Yeah. Speaking of drummer, just so people are maybe they don't know what's going on when we're talking about Jordan. Jordan's the producer, videographer of this podcast.
Yeah.
That you've heard his name multiple times. But he's also a drummer in Hiawatha, a local band. So
a good one.
That's the joke we were doing. Yeah. He's all right. I don't know. When you talk about content, are you talking about like musical content, or are you talking about just like funny content, or just like stuff to connect with your followers? Like what kind of content are you talking about?
So we're doing it all, really. I think the most we've been honing in on is the music stuff. It's crazy. Like I have one of my good friends, her name is Yana. She's been helping me with my social media. And we were talking the other day, and we're like scrolling through my Instagram, like, bro, you're a singer. You like don't post any singing videos. And I was like, that's a good point. So we've been recording a lot of singing videos, just trying to get that ready. Again, just making sure the clip is full with that. And a lot of the comedy stuff that I do, like, you know, I like to make people laugh. A lot of that stuff is on the fly.
Yeah, you're a funny guy.
Thank you. I try to be.
I've seen some clips. And then we were just talking about the one with Mike Garcia.
Yes.
Yeah, Island Magic Mike. You guys had a funny
Mike,
one.
man. He brings out the best out of me. That guy is so funny, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, a lot of the funny stuff we do is really on the whim. Like we'll be driving, and I do a lot of puns. I love doing puns. I see a word I will U-turn to go and make a video with that word. Like that's how committed I am to making the world laugh. And so yeah, those kind of stuff is on the whim, but we've been honing in a lot on the like acoustic kind of videos. So we're not releasing it yet, but we're excited to get that going.
Cool. Well, I know the song that you were sampling earlier. It will show your comedic side a little bit more. Yeah. So would you consider Becca? Is he a funny guy? Yeah, he's all right. She said.
That might be the only reason why she married me.
Yeah. So the content, that's key. I know you posted one recently that was really funny and got a lot of views. And I thought it was a pretty smooth move. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Recently, if you go to his Instagram, it's probably, you just gotta, by the time this comes out, you probably gotta scroll a couple times because this guy's blasting out content. So you gotta scroll a little bit down when you're watching this. There's this funny video of him at was it Holo Holo?
Holo Holo.
And Kolohe Kai Roman invites him on the stage to sing a song, but he doesn't know Johnny Sweet doesn't know the lyrics.
Cry.
So he's pretending he's recording the crowd, but really what he's doing is just looking at the lyrics on his phone. It's so classic. So you guys got to go check it out. That was smooth. Was that planned, or like you knew ahead of time that you didn't know the lyrics? It wasn't like he just randomly called you up.
Well, yeah, it wasn't on the spot. He let me know in advance, but like I had no time to really learn the verse. So I'm in the back practicing it, and I was like, you know what? One thing I didn't share on social media, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. I actually learned that from Josh Totofi.
Oh, okay.
Back in 2017, me, Fia, and Josh sang backup for Fiji at the Shell, and I seen Josh do that, and I was like, that's a good idea. And I never did use it ever, but then that idea came back to my mind at Holo Holo, and it's just whatever camera guy from Holo Holo just caught me and exposed me to all the fans over there.
It made for good content.
It made great content, so thank you.
ESPN, not top 10 plays.
Bro,
I don't know. To me, that was kind of a top 10 play, though.
It was, bro.
I thought that was pretty smooth.
I thought I was smooth.
Yeah.
So I thought I was smoother than I really was. I think that's where it's not top 10.
See, no, that's the thing, though. It's like when you see magicians, they're performing with the audience in front of them. They don't ever, or like say you watch America's Got Talent, they're showing the angles in front. They're not showing the angles behind. Because if you show it behind, then they're going to get exposed.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
so he revealed the magic trick.
He did. And you know what's funny is I heard the crowd laughing. I was like, I wonder what these guys are laughing at. It wasn't until I got off stage, Fia was like, bro, the camera guy caught you. I was like,
oh, it showed it on the projector.
50-foot LED screen, bro. 3 of them. One in the middle, one on the sides, and the whole crowd basically could have read the lyrics with me.
They don't, but could they, it was small, so could they see it was the lyrics? Maybe you're just reading the Bible?
Bruh, it's right? I should have said that.
Yeah.
I should have said that.
Yeah, I'm looking at your hat, and I see you're a Bucks fan. So how did you become a Milwaukee Bucks fan?
Oh, man, I'm going to be honest. Yeah. I'm not a Bucks fan.
Oh, what? Is that not Bucks?
It is.
Oh, okay.
It just matches my pants. That's the only reason why I got it.
It's a fashion thing.
I got this for $30 on Facebook Marketplace. And I was like, okay, I get these green pants, but I don't have a hat for it. And I cannot be spending $60 every week on a haircut. So it's just a fashion thing,
Oh, okay,
for
okay.
lack
So
of
who
fashion.
are your teams?
Football, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers all the way.
Okay, nice.
My uncle
Black and
Chris
gold.
Mafala played for them.
Oh, nice.
And basketball, I've always been a Kobe Bryant fan.
Oh, yeah.
So he's gone now.
Mhm.
Rest in peace to the GOAT, to the
Yeah.
Mamba. I'm a big Zion Williamson fan.
Yep.
I like to think I play basketball like him, but not
Just
really.
a bully.
Yeah, but I don't really have a basketball team.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess the Lakers. I love LeBron too.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I only watch basketball and football.
Yeah, yeah.
Barely any basketball, but I'm huge on UFC.
Oh, yeah.
I love UFC.
Yeah, we got the same taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my football team is the Saints,
Okay.
black and gold,
Yeah.
different kind of gold. And then I was obviously a Kobe fan, but Steve Nash fan. So I don't really have a team, but I have like a favorite players. So
Yeah.
I rooted for the Suns when Steve Nash was there, and then he went to the Lakers. So I kind of rooted for the Lakers.
Yeah,
and
that's
of
right.
course, Kobe, and then UFC every Saturday.
Yep.
Pretty much almost every Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love the UFC.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could tell people something that you wish that they knew about you, what would you tell them? Or something you think they misunderstand about you? Because I know you've been on other podcasts, you share some content. What is something that you think people don't know about you?
Oh, what do they not know about me? I have a massive family.
Mm.
I have 12 siblings.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I got 7 sisters and 5 brothers, all half.
Wow.
But I mean, that half.
How does
sibling
Christmas
stuff.
work? The Secret Santa? Or
So it's funny because one year I actually got majority of them gifts, and I was like, that was such a bad financial
I
financial
know.
idea. So now we're doing the what is it? The elephant one?
Yeah,
where
like somebody you bring a gift and then you guys
that's much cheaper.
Okay, yeah. That's what
But
I was
yeah,
thinking.
I'm one of
Now
the
I understand why it's a
bro. Yeah, shameless plug.
yeah.
But yeah, I love my siblings, man. They've always been my pride and joy. I have out of all the hats I wear, it's one of the hats that I take pride in.
Wow.
Is being an oldest sibling. Trying to be
oldest of
trying to be a
wow.
good example for them. Yeah.
Wow, what's the youngest?
My youngest sister is a freshman in high school right now.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, she's 14 and she's 6 feet tall.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm actually. Oh,
please
that's
tell me
another
she's
thing.
in sport. Please tell me
Oh,
she's in
she's
sport.
gonna play volleyball.
Okay, good.
She wants to box.
Oh.
Yeah, she
Okay.
punches really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm actually. That's another thing. I'm actually one of the shortest of all my siblings.
Really? But you're still pretty tall.
Yeah, I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
So, but I'm one of the shortest.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy.
What is the tallest?
My youngest brother, he plays football for UH. He's 6'5".
6'5".
Yeah.
What is his position?
He plays outside linebacker.
Okay. Does he
Yeah.
start?
No, but he's been getting some PT this year.
Okay.
He's a
Nice.
freshman.
Oh, freshman.
Yeah,
okay.
he went to high school in American Samoa,
Oh, okay.
and now he's here. He moved here from Samoa. He went to Tafuna High School.
Whoa.
I mean, he's a beast. Yeah, he's a
6'5",
freak athlete.
yeah. I can imagine.
Like stand under the rim and just dunk 2 hands kind
Oh,
of.
that's crazy.
He's
How
a
come
beast.
he's in Samoa, American Samoa?
So my father, he is from Samoa,
Uh-huh.
and he raised a lot of my siblings over there in Samoa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you guys close?
we weren't.
Mm-hmm.
I'd had no relationship with my real father growing up,
Mm-hmm.
but now I have a great relationship with him.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and like through that, getting to grow closer to my siblings. They're all over the place. My
Mhm.
sister is stationed in the mainland, and then a few of my sisters just moved here from Seattle, and then my brother is here now. So my dad actually goes back and forth
Mhm.
from Samoa and Hawaii because my brother's playing now.
Okay, what's
So-
the flight like? How far is it?
I think it's a 5.5 to 6
Oh,
hour
okay,
flight.
it's like going to the continent
Yeah, and
of
then
US.
Samoa's only like an hour behind.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go there one day. We want to do a podcast tour, so maybe one day
Come on,
we'll get
yeah.
to Samoa. Yeah. Okay, nice. And I see that right now something big in your life, or has always, I don't know if it's always been big in your life, or you've been into it, not by like force, because I'm talking about religion and like God, because a lot of people, they're kind of just forced to go to church or
Yeah.
forced to do whatever their family is doing. Like I grew up going to New Hope. I don't
Yeah.
really go to church much these days. The last time I went to church was at Inspire.
Yeah.
Pastor Mike invited me, and then I met you guys and saw you singing. So I know you're really involved in the church now.
Yeah.
Was that always a thing since you were little, or was there ever a break, or did you ever
Oh,
like do your own thing that got over it, you know?
yeah, church was a part of my life growing up. When you go when you go a little deeper, I always knew who God was, but I never did have a relationship with God or have a relationship with Jesus. I was a knucklehead kid growing up, um, in and out of jail, um, running beers from the store,
The green bottles.
stealing Starburst from the store. Just one of those knucklehead kids that grew up with no direction. It wasn't until I met my wife, who we were best friends at first, that I really she changed the trajectory of my life, and I know God put her in my life for that reason. I started going to Inspire back in 2017 or 2018, June of 2018. It was my first time ever walking into a church like that, and I was kind of tripping. I grew up in a very small Samoan church where you're not allowed to laugh. You're not allowed to, I'm sure when you sat in our church, you hear a lot of talk back culture. Like,
oh, so funny.
so good.
Yeah.
Come on, preach that, Pastor
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Like, say that again.
Yeah.
But that's like unheard of in the Samoan church,
Wow.
or at least in the church that I grew up in. So I just never really knew God until I went to Inspire, and like I've been blessed to be raised under amazing high caliber leadership in Pastor Mike and Lisa. And I'm not just saying that to kiss butt. They already let me marry the daughter. You know what I
So
mean?
you're good now, yeah.
So I'm good now.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that from a place of truth. Like, I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for Pastor Mike and Pastor Lisa and just Inspire Church as a whole. It's crazy. When I first started walking in, I used to be one of those guys like, the church gonna burn down if I walk in. You know what I mean? Like, hell's gonna break loose if I come into that church. And I was very reluctant when I first started coming. Like, I was judgmental, and I was thinking that people was judging me. In my mind, I was like, oh no, man, if they find out what I've done, if they find out who I am right now, they're not gonna want me in this church. But then as you start to continue to go and you get plugged in, you find community, like you realize like you're not the only one who's done those things. And then you find people who have overcome those adversities. And me growing closer with them has like brought me out of a hole that I was in for a very long time. It's just that sense of community, brah, is what I've always needed. It's not what I've always wanted, because with that community comes accountability. People that's gonna be your real friends, that's gonna call you out on your stuff, and just tell you when you're behaving in the wrong way, tell you when you're acting sideways. And that's the kind of friends I have now. And if I didn't have them, I would probably still be in the streets doing stupid stuff.
So that being said, have you lost a lot of friends? Did you have to leave a lot of people behind?
I did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I grew up with that, in my mind, I'm like, dude, we're gonna be best friends forever. I would say we're still friends. I would say that we still see each other, you know what I mean? And it's always love no matter what. The love has never left. There's definitely been a little bit of distance, and I think that just goes to show like some people are going in one direction, some people going the other direction. I don't see myself as better than anybody, but I do know that if I want to walk in the divine calling that God has for my life, I've got to separate myself from some people. And the people he has me around now are people that's really going to take me to the next level of my life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that they don't really tell us as a kid, is that you're going to grow apart from some people.
Oh, man.
I think that's something that I've learned in my adulthood ever since coming back from the Peace Corps, is that, I go to college, I move over here my senior year of high school to play sports for Kaiser, go to Manoa. So I have like a 5-year period where I'm here living on Oahu, leave to the Peace Corps for 3 years, come back thinking it's all going to be the same. And I'm the same person, but I'm not.
No.
And I'm just like not connecting with the same people. I'm not interested in the same things that they're interested in. I'm going on this entrepreneurial thing. My friends are, working the 9 to 5, doing their things. Nothing wrong with that, but like I'm just going in a different path. And I'm like, I just like, I'd get sad that I wouldn't be invited to the same things that they did. And it wasn't like, it was more like I felt there was an obligation to be friends because we were friends before. Like that was my crew and we'd always hang out. But like, I'm not interested. Like even some of my best friends, they all golf, but I never golf. And like at first I'm just like, why don't they ever invite me to golf? And I'm just like, well, actually, I don't know if I'd even want to go golf. But it's more of that like, you feel like you need to hang out kind of thing, and like once you're not, you're like, are we still friends? But like some of my best friends, most of my core, they're in Hilo, and I see them whenever I go to Hilo or whenever they come here, but they're my best friends, and like anytime you meet up with them again, it's like you never left. So it's the in between. So you have your day one, and you have your the people you work with, the people that you really get close to as an adult, the day twos. But then there's like that middle, that kind of weird times, like college, and in between your career, working jobs, where you make these close connections, but they don't always like stay super strong. So I just feel like that's something that's not really talked about much. And you just got to kind of figure out on your own.
It's something that it just comes with time. Like God through time does the separation in itself. Like there's so many friends of mine that I really thought we was gonna be best friends forever, and just going in different directions in our lives, and then we still see each other at the first birthdays, the baby showers, and it's like we never left. But then you always, I think, on both sides of the spectrum, you realize collectively that like, okay, when we see each other, it's all love, but can't get butthurt if we're not calling each other all the
like
time.
We don't gotta hang out every weekend.
So that's how it's been for me too with that.
It's something that I thought it would be cool to talk about, because we're at the same point in our life where we're in our 30s, and we're coming to like I don't know what part of our life is, but
the
like
precipice.
The precipice of our life.
I don't even know what that means, I'll be honest.
Let's go with it.
I just remember the word.
Pastor Mike or Pastor Lisa probably dropped it at some point.
I still haven't Googled it yet. I'll check it after this.
The precipice. So it's just part of like that adulthood. Is the next step, having 12 kids as well. Becca, you ready for 12 kids?
Ooh.
Yeah, she's nodding her head. Yeah, she's like, yeah, bring them on. She's like, 12. Let's go for 15. What's the record? She's looking up Guinness World Records. What's the most? I'm sure
it's a Samoan
kids?
family.
Oh, so you guys, you're not Samoan, yeah? So half. Okay, so it's six. You gotta have six then.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the goal?
She wants 4.
Okay.
I want 5.
Okay.
I don't know.
4.5 then?
I just want a 5 that I could make them a basketball team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, football team's too much.
Yeah.
Your siblings could do a football team, but basketball team, you can compromise with 4.5, 4 kids and a dog.
Yeah.
Or something. Oh, no. You can have can't, because Air Bud.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. You still got the basketball
She's
team.
a big dog person. I'm not at all. Yeah.
I'm the same. We're so similar.
Wow.
I don't want pets either.
I don't want pets at all. At all.
But I mean, happy wife, happy life. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
So
eventually.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah. Just like, I don't want, but if you really want, then maybe, And they say it's like you got to get it first before having kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into this quick game that we like to play on the podcast. Called Gas or Pass. It's presented by Texco in Hawaii. Make sure you go download their app. You save $1 off your first 3 fill-ups.
Come on.
Yeah.
We need that.
I talked about this on Tumua's one, that I would do this ad read on these episodes, and I never listened to myself. So I finally got the app, and I filled up, and I was like, I had to check again. Like, wait, did I just save $15?
Wow.
On this guy? Like, it was crazy. So yeah, I'm like super all in on everybody getting this app now.
Come on.
Okay, so right before our shishi break, we'll do this gas or pass presented by Texco in Hawaii. Basically, if something's good, it's gas. If something's bad, it's pass.
Okay.
Just like
right.
It's the lingo these days. That's gas.
Yeah.
It's fire.
All right.
Okay, so first one, Moani Waikiki, gas or pass?
Gas.
Of course, yeah. Can't be a pass. What about Moani Kapolei?
Gas.
Which one is more gas?
Kapolei.
Yeah, that's the OG.
Yeah, I mean that's been my favorite place to eat since it's open.
Okay, next one. Forgetting the lyrics to a song, gas or pass?
Pass.
Why?
Oh man, I'm the king of that.
Oh really?
So many songs to remember. It's not an excuse though. As a professional, I should be better. But
you got to remember the songs plays I've written.
All that stuff. All the songs I've written, I sing backup for so many different people, and then songs for church. Like, it's always juggling in my mind, and I'd be forgetting all the time.
Yeah, no, it is impressive how people can remember all these lyrics. I mean, the only songs like I remember are from before we had the like these I guess before the apps or social media was too big or the internet was too big, I would print out lyrics to songs,
Yes.
and I would remember it, like what is it called, like Rapper's Delight and stuff, and like 12-minute song, and like I would try to remember those things. But nowadays I'm like the worst with lyrics. Like I could try to sing along in my head or in the car, and I know like the last line of every line or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
The
You
last
just
word of
mumble,
every
mumble,
line.
and you just say the last word.
For
That's all you gotta
friend. And okay. Next one, TikTok, gas or pass?
Gas.
Gas.
Gotta have
Are you a
it
TikTok
nowadays.
guy?
I'm not, but I'm learning to be.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, you have to. You gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to fall down a TikTok rabbit hole. I don't really scroll much on TikTok, but I
Yeah.
post on it. But sometimes you can once in a great while I'd go on it. I'm just like watching like educational or
Yeah.
funny videos.
You learn a lot, bro.
Yeah. Okay, Malasada is gas or pass?
Absolute gas.
Gas. Where's the best one?
Leonard's White Keller
Leonard's?
right there.
Okay, what kind?
Ooh, I love the Dobosh.
Oh, Tawash. Nice.
The Dobosh feeling.
You ever had that Lihi Mui one?
I did.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Lihi Mui, I think, is probably the most underrated condiment.
Mm-hmm.
I've had lihi mui on things that you probably don't want to try lihi mui on, and it's good.
Bro, growing up,
Yeah.
there used to be this 10-cent small packets of lihimoy powder
Oh,
at
it's
the
like a little.
Island Mini Mart gas station in Kipapa. And then I used to go buy like 3 of those large French fries
Oh,
from
French
Jack in the
fries.
Box.
Okay.
I put them on the fries.
I've never had lihi mui fries.
Pretty killers.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
most common is the icy.
Oh, yeah.
The icy.
Yeah.
Of course, popcorn, arade, fruits.
Yeah.
But I've had it on pizza before.
Yeah.
What else have I had it on?
Popcorn?
Popcorn always. Yeah, I'm a hurricane guy.
Yes.
With the
With a sprinkle of that lihing.
Yeah, I think Samurai in Aya before they closed down, they'll do one with called the hurricane. You know the hurricane popcorn with the arare, the furikake. But they would call it the angry iniki or something like that. You know, because the iniki is a hurricane.
Oh yeah.
So they would call it the angry one, and the angry one had the lihimui.
Wow.
And that one was really good.
I love Dave's ice cream in Waipio.
Oh,
Their popcorn.
I love Dave's ice cream, but I
It's
never had their
fire.
popcorn.
Their popcorn is major.
Oh, really?
And I also, you ever had lihimoy powder on horse?
Like a horse, like meat?
Yeah.
No, I never.
No? Yeah, me either. I just want to say.
I was like, that's a very random.
Shout out to our Mate
Yeah.
Matonga down there, man. Yes, sir.
That's a good one. You got me. But maybe try them on steak one day. We'll see. I'll go on a little leaky mui spree. I'm about to get surgery soon. Actually, when people are listening to this, I'm recovering from surgery. So I'm just thinking maybe while I'm at home, I'll just experiment with stuff, just like
Might as
leaky
well.
mui on everything, and I'll just document it since I'll be
What'd
stuck
you
at
get
home.
surgery on?
Shoulder.
Ooh, what?
Shoulder.
Labrum?
Torn labrum and torn rotator cuff.
How'd you tear it?
I don't know how I teared this exactly, but I separated my AC joint when I was playing soccer in college at UH, intramural, and some guy took me out and I landed on it.
Wow.
So I separated that, and I think
Did you play soccer for Kaiser?
Yeah, I did my senior year.
Bro, I played soccer for Mililani.
But we never played against each other though.
We did.
We did?
Yeah.
Wait,
At Roosevelt.
I wonder if I have pictures. We did play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We played at Roosevelt against each other.
Did we win?
It was a tie.
It was a tie.
Yeah. We never.
Dang, when was it? I was thinking that I never asked because I thought we didn't play against each other.
Yeah, we played. Yeah.
Because we ended up going to we got second in states that year against Punahou.
Puno, yeah.
Yeah, because we were really good. That was the furthest we've ever gone.
You guys did beat us.
We did beat you guys?
Yes, you did. At Roosevelt.
I feel like I have a...
You beat us in PKs.
Oh, that's what it was? Oh, in the OAs?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so I remember that game because I thought it was against Kapolei though, but it was against Mililani.
Yeah.
Oh, in my head it was Kapolei. But that was when the guy, this guy Bryson, he missed the PK, it hit the post. And I remember we went to penalty kicks for the semifinals against Kamehameha, and he made it and redeemed himself.
Wow.
But I remember that game. I think I have pictures on my Facebook, you know. I wonder if I could find you. Okay, but while I'm looking for this, wow, what a small world if that is it. Okay, so next one while I'm looking for this. Waikele Shopping Center, gas or pass?
Gas. They got everything over there.
What do you do there?
There's just so many places to eat. You know, I mean, I work over there, you know, so it's like we see everything. We eat everything over there, but one of my favorite spots obviously is Genki.
Genki
Genki sushi.
Yeah.
And then Kunio's.
Oh, what is that? I feel
So
like
Kunio's is like a Japanese restaurant. They got good sushi.
I feel like I tried.
But
It sounds
even
familiar.
they have like this massive boat that costs like $150, but it comes with like all kind tempura, teriyaki steak, chicken katsu, like one
Oh,
sushi spread, lobster tail, and like one time me, Josh, Tatofi, boy Antonio, and my wife, we smashed that whole boat.
Okay, I gotta try. So right
It's
after
massive.
church, you just go right there.
Right over there.
Yeah, awesome.
If you have nothing going on that night.
Okay.
But if you do, it's not a good idea.
Straight Kanak attack.
Yeah.
Wait, is this you guys? Wait, is this your? See, because that was that your color?
That's not us.
Okay, so that was a different PK then.
Mm.
I might be thinking of a different one because this one we went to PKs. What color is this? Was that Roosevelt or?
That looks like Roosevelt, yeah, or Kalani. Kalani was.
I don't think we played Kalani because we had a PK because I have pictures of us like running, like rushing the field.
Roosevelt had a really good striker.
Okay,
I think his name was Brad Penna.
maybe
That could have been had to be Roosevelt because they was the
Okay.
only good team.
What about this one? That is that what team was that?
That's not us either.
Maybe that was Roosevelt or Kalani. I don't know. Cause you guys is like white,
Either all white or black and yellow.
black and yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna go look after, but yeah, so crazy. What position did you play for soccer?
I played forward. Yeah.
I knew it. They put the football boys in
Yeah.
forward. We played against Mountain Mitchell in the Punahou,
Oh,
and that was a
gosh.
football guy, right? He would just run.
But he's actually good at soccer.
and he was
too.
actually good, but he was just an
A brute
athletic
guy.
freak.
Yeah, he was.
So he would just, and usually the football guys, even when I was at Hilo High, put him at forward
Yeah.
and he just run.
Yeah.
That's all
Mountain
it
was a monster.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Next gas or pass. Waikiki.
Pass.
Pass. Why?
So crowded, bro.
It's crowded. Yeah.
I just don't like driving through Waikiki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're not a townie.
Yeah, I'm
so
not
it's
at all.
like-
Date night.
Yeah.
You know, on a fancy date night.
Mhm.
Me and my wife love Aloha Steakhouse.
Okay. Nice.
It's so fire.
Awesome.
Their ribeyes kill us. And for a steakhouse, it's actually decently priced. Like it's not
Okay.
over.
It's not like
overly
a high
expensive.
steakhouse where
Yeah.
you're paying like dropping $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. People who show up late. Gas or pass?
Pass.
I just saw this stems from your recent post.
Yeah. And I was late myself. I'm not gonna say whose fault it was.
Who's the latest?
Miley.
Oh, yeah. That's what everybody voted.
She's always the latest.
yeah.
But this time, I put it in the caption. She works at a pet hospital.
Uh-huh.
She was on her way out of work, and a dog came in emergency and they
Oh,
needed help.
okay.
So I was like, okay, Mai,
So she saved a life.
I'm gonna give you a pass. And Mai,
yeah.
love your heart, girl. Save those puppies.
Save them puppies. So one day that they can adopt one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. People falling asleep at church. Gas or pass? Do you laugh because you did this before?
I don't fall asleep in church, but I love catching people because
I've done that growing up.
I
like-
record them real quick. I call them out. Pass. Don't fall asleep in church.
Don't fall asleep. Pay attention. I know when I was growing up and we'd go to church, I remember times where I would be like
Yeah.
doing the doze. Yeah.
It's hard to. I mean, you can't fall asleep when Pastor Mike's preaching. He's gonna bring that.
Yeah,
fire.
it is too entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when I went, I was front row, so I definitely could not fall asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Plate lunch or rice. Gas or pass?
Pass.
Pass.
I
Okay.
gotta have side mac.
Plate lunch, mac salad. Gas or pass?
Absolute pass.
Okay. I'm an all rice guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'll do all rice side mac.
Side mac. As long as there's the side mac.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love my rice.
What's your Zippy's order?
Korean chicken, all rice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There
What
we
about
go.
you?
I get the Korean chicken chili, no beans, add cheese, onions.
My girlfriend likes
with
that
the
one.
mac,
Yeah.
side frank,
Okay. You keep adding her.
Yeah.
You pop?
and
Yeah.
French toast.
Yeah.
Large
You,
Mountain
do
Dew.
you want to add a pastry with that?
An apple.
Yeah. 1, 2, maybe for the wife.
Maybe 2.
For you or for the wife? The 2 for you.
She get half.
Okay. She get the crumbs.
Yeah.
You know that thing's gonna crumble. That's why.
I like the flaky donut. too.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay. NIL, gas or pass?
Gas.
Gas.
I know it's an unpopular thing for a lot of guys.
I love it.
So a lot of guys like around my age
Mhm.
or even up, they are so against it.
Because they never got them.
I think that has a lot to do with
Yeah.
it, right? Like, oh, we never got that growing up. Well, some of you guys wasn't even that good to get an NIL, so just be quiet
Yeah.
and watch from the sideline. But like, man, if these universities, if these schools are making millions of dollars off of that jersey number, then why not give the guy some money?
Totally.
It's well deserved. Like, put yourself in their shoes. How would you like it if people was making profit off of you and you're making no money?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So
exactly what we do with our guests here. Thank you. Oh yeah. That reminds me, I gotta start having people sign some release forms.
Yeah.
Before I get in trouble on that. Okay, Roombas, gas or pass? Do you know what a Roomba is?
I don't know what
it's those little circular vacuums that just like they're like the robots that like go around your house and they pick up like dust and stuff. Pass.
Because I might step on it on accident and break it. And my wife would kill me because those things look expensive.
Yeah, I asked that because this morning my girlfriend and I were moving. I guess by the time this comes out, we've already moved into a place. But we're like, should we get a Roomba or like should we just sleep? So we're thinking about it. So that's why I was asking. So okay, so that's a no. All right, we'll note that. Okay, when the ref misses a call from your team, gas or pass? Pass. Okay. When the ref misses a call for the other team,
absolute gas, baby. Give me that 15 yards. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I love it.
Especially against the Giants.
Yeah. Did you watch the game the other night? Did you watch the game the other night?
I did. And I got Malik Neighbors on my.
I got neighbors too. Yeah,
oh,
nice. But I had Singletary in another one, and he didn't do that well. Yeah. And I had Lamb again. I have 5 leagues, so I got to play. I'm playing against everybody, and I got everybody, so it's confusing. But I don't know if you saw they were like announcing it at the end. Did you watch the game?
I didn't watch the whole game, just the highlights.
At the end, the kicker Brandon Aubrey, he's like the best kicker in the league, the Cowboys kicker. He's like nailing 60-yarders, 50-yarders. He's never missed a 50-yarder in his life. And the announcers were talking about like this is a big kick because they were up 5 on the Giants right at the end. And I don't know if people follow like the lines for games, like for when you sports bet, because they were talking about the announcers bring it up because like in certain places it's legal to do it. And they mention, sometimes they talk about fantasy, they talk about the Vegas lines.
Yeah.
And this he needed to make this field goal as like a 50-yarder. He nails all the time, and then he misses it, his first ever. And then the Giants end up covering, and then everybody was just really mad. So
no.
yeah. I don't know if you saw
Aubrey.
that, but yeah, no, it was just like such a thing where you're just like, is sports rigged? There's always those things that come up like,
brah.
How do they know? How does Vegas know? So yeah, it's super interesting. Yeah. Okay. Traffic on the, I think H3.
Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't going nowhere. Traffic on the H3.
When is it? It's bad in the mornings and afternoon, right?
It's a rarity though that there is traffic on the H3, but when there's no medium.
Okay.
It's really bad or flowing.
Okay. That's why I hesitated when I said H3, because what is the busiest? It's H1 though?
Going west.
Okay. Is that H1?
That one. I don't know. Is that H1 or H2?
See, I don't know.
Is that H1 or H2?
H2. There you go.
H2 west, 4:30 p.m. Pass. Trash.
You just, there's no way.
No, that's why I'm like, bro, we're not going cold enough.
I planned my whole life around traffic here. Okay, not using blinkers, but throws up the shaka. Gas or pass?
Ooh, I give you a pass.
Pass?
Maybe
like a pass as in like you give him a pass or like pass?
Like I get. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Gas.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell I'm not judging. But like, if they don't turn on the blinker and I'm like, oh, this guy, and then they go like, I say, okay,
it's all right. Yeah, it's like you redeem yourself.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, what about this one? Blinker last second, but doesn't throw up the shaka.
Oh, that's pass.
That's fast.
That's not boys.
That's boys. Always throw up the shaka.
Yeah, got to.
Said this before. When in doubt, pinky and thumb out.
Call.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Watching football instead of going to church on Sunday. Gas or pass?
Pass. That's why your team losing. Nah.
You know what Josh was saying? Our manager Josh was telling me this week. He's like, he usually goes to church, but he hasn't been serving as consistently as he can. And his fantasy teams were doing bad. But the past weekend, he served at church, and his fantasy team did really well.
The proof is in the pudding, baby.
Yeah, so maybe I had a bad fantasy week last week, so I might gotta go to. You might see me at church this week.
If my game is during service, I don't watch the game, because 2 weeks in a row last season, I would like sneak off to the side during service and watch, and we lost. And then when I stopped watching, we started to win. So I was like, you know what?
It's a sign.
You know what? I'll just watch the highlights.
See, I can't. I need to watch. Yeah, it's hard for me. But I told Pastor Mike, like, you gotta invite me before football season starts. Because once football season starts, there's a very small chance that I'll come and see you again.
That's a lot of guys.
Yeah,
bro.
but I really enjoyed the service that I went.
Yeah.
We were talking about that service for so long. That was when he was talking about, I think it was Joseph, and like when he was sold to the slaves, and like that whole story was so good. And we even talked about it on the podcast. Yeah, so good. Well, that was Gas or Pass presented by Texaco in Hawaii.
Awesome,
you know, so yeah, go to fill
Get
up at Texaco, get the app. Straight gas.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's take a quick shishi break and we'll come back with social media fan questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll be right back. What if we told you the next 3 times you fill your tank, you could save money? Well, at Texaco in Hawaii, it's true. You can get $1 off per gallon on your next 3 visits when you download the Texaco app and join Texaco Rewards. Earn points on every fuel transaction and qualifying in-store purchases at participating Texaco stations. Download the app and join to get started today. Visit texacohawaii.com for details. All right, we're back from a quick shishi break. Let's get right into the social media fan questions. First one may or may not come from Mike Kai. He says, how do you plan to love and cherish my daughter? If you ever break her heart, I will grab my bat and whack you, you mother. Beep, beep, beep. You better beep, beep, beep. Yeah. He may or may not have texted. I might have made that up. Because this sounds like him.
It does. As a father, that sounds like him.
Yeah, that sounds like how he speaks. So how do you plan to
How do I plan? I don't plan. I just love her.
Hey, there you go. Okay,
from here.
Yeah, Pastor Mike thanks you. Thank you for leaving that question.
Love you, Dad.
Okay, just to clarify, he did not say that. Okay, he did not say that. I made that up. He's a busy man. He don't got time to text me those questions.
All those beeps.
Yeah. Okay. Brandon.m808 says, how do you meet your wife and how did you know she was the one?
I met my wife at a wedding. One of my closest friends, a mutual friend of ours, Pono Detweiler, met at a wedding back in 2016 or 2017. I forgot which one, but it was in January. And I went up to her. Well, first of all, I'm going to be straight up. I saw her walk in. I was checking her out right off the bat. I was like, sheesh. And I went to the dessert bar. And she came up because she was looking for dessert. Me.
And she found it. Hey.
And she found it. Come get this coconut malasada. Nah, just kidding. But she actually came up to me because I think she saw me on like a mutual friend's Snapchat. And she was like, you look so familiar. And in my mind, I was like, maybe from your dreams. Nah. But then she recognized me from the Snapchat. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe we have a mutual friend or something. Then I went on stage to sing at the wedding.
Did you know he was a singer? Oh, she didn't know.
Yeah, so I was up there singing, and I was actually watching her the whole time because I wanted to finish the conversation, but she left. And then I found her on Instagram. Okay. And I slid in. I was like, do you remember where you know me from? Yeah. So smooth, yeah. Smooth like sandpaper. Yeah. But so we ended up becoming friends because we had mutual friends who would hang out, and this was at a time of our lives where we were just partiers, the both of us. And I noticed that every day, because she went to Chaminade, every day she would go to Bogart's, she'd get an acai bowl. So finally one day I worked up the courage. I was like, oh, we should get an acai bowl. And she said no. She actually said, oh, no, thank you. I was like, oh, kill us. Okay. Raja. Yeah. So and then like, boom, right there, we just became really close friends. And fell in love. She found Jesus again, got her life together. Eventually, I did the same. She invited me to church. I went to church, grew in my faith. I started to change. She started to fall. And I was on tour with Maoli when she told me she had feelings for me. And I remember being on the van with everybody. And she was like, "How do you feel about that?" I was like, "I don't know." I put it on mute, and I was like,
Yes!
and everyone's cheering. Everyone's cheering, and I'm like, put it on mute. I was like, "Yeah, okay," just trying to act cool. I was like, "Let me pray about it." Amen. It was real quick answer.
You're like, hold on, let me check my calendar for the next 50 years. Yeah, I'm free.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that answers your question. How did I know she was the one? I don't really believe in the one. I believe God does have somebody for you, but you can always screw it up, right? So it's really about picking someone that you see yourself spending the rest of your life with, and through the trials, like it's not all sunshine and rainbows, holding hands, skipping through the lilies, singing kumbaya. It's a lot of opposite of that,
Yeah.
but who can you really like swallow your pride for? Who can you get over your ego for? Who can you fight with? Fight alongside.
Because you're gonna fight. You're gonna
Fight, bro, against each other. But really, like, when you realize that the battle and the fight is not with each other, that it's against the enemy. And like, so that's one of the things I love about what we got going on, man. Like, she's truly my best friend, and
awesome.
I'm not just saying that because she's sitting right over there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to go golf tomorrow morning. I'm not just saying it. I'm not just saying that. But I love her heart. And yeah, again, I don't think it's really about like who is the one for you. It's who's the one you're willing to go the extra mile for.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's gonna just be with you through like the boring times, the hard
The bad times,
even the fun
the
times,
broke times.
Exactly.
I mean, she was my sugar mama for a
Yeah.
little bit. Straight up.
Awesome. Shout out to you. Okay. Do you want to come on and say what you love about him?
No, I'm good.
She said no, I'm good.
Yeah, we don't have 10 hours.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not even another episode. That's a whole other podcast. Yeah.
It's an whole season.
That's 2 seasons and a half. Okay, next question comes from Tommy _Rodriguez. Rodriguez? Usually it's Rodriguez, but this one's Rodri with a Q. Quest.
Oh, wow.
Rodriguez, maybe? What was your childhood like? And what were your thoughts on coming into Holo Holo Sac? So you've kind of already touched about growing up, but if you want to add anything more, and then thoughts on Holo Holo.
Yeah, so what was the second question?
It was, what was your childhood like, and what's your thoughts on coming to Holo Holo Sac?
Childhood, a lot of hard times, but built me to be tough. That's surface level, because then again, we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of hard times. Just real quickly, my parents fell into drugs. My stepdad went to prison. My siblings got taken into foster care. I was a runaway, sleeping on couch to couch, dugouts, parks, recycling bins. And then that, I turned to a lot of trouble, started drinking and doing drugs at the young age of 11 years old. So like, yeah, in and out of jail from the youngest age of 11 years old, all the way through even my young adult years getting locked up. But a lot of that had to do with just a lack of identity, not knowing who I was, being easily swayed by the people around me to do whatever they were doing. But I don't regret how I came up, because now this story that I have to share, that I've grown to be unashamed to share. For the longest time, I did not like sharing this. I was actually on another podcast with my boy Rocky.
Yes, he records here.
Yep. And I shared that for the first time ever.
Wow.
And it's been getting a lot of like just people who receive their
Positive
breakthrough
feedback,
to have the courage to share their story. So yeah, I don't regret anything. If anything, it's got to me to turn into a decent man now, and by the grace of God, using this testimony to save others. So that's how my upbringing was. How did I feel going into Holo Holo Sacramento? Was that the question?
What were your thoughts on
What were my
into
thoughts?
Holo Holo?
Man, I was excited. I mean, I treat every single show like it's the Super Bowl. So, just preparation, going into it, it's something that I always take seriously. And again, I'm the opener, so sometimes some people might think like, oh, you're not really gonna get a lot of people. And my mindset has always been, if it's one person, if I'm just singing to the security and the sound guy, I don't care. I'm gonna put on a show. I'm gonna give 200 every time. So that was the mindset going into Honolulu.
Awesome. Yeah. I've never been to one, but I always see the clips because like everybody from Hawaii goes there.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of Hawaii
Yeah.
singers and musicians that go there. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. I remember seeing that clip on Rocky's podcast and you talking about that, and mahalo for sharing that, because when people open up and get vulnerable, that's how people get closer to people, and that's how people feel not alone.
Yep.
Because they see, wow, other people. You mentioned it early on in the podcast, that you can when you hear other people, going through these stuff, so you're like, wow, other people are going through it too.
Yep.
Like maybe I'm not alone, and maybe this is like a thing that's, no, I don't want to say normal, but like you can overcome it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So awesome. Yeah, I'm happy. It totally made you resilient and strong, and I feel like people that don't really go to hardship, they're a little softer. They just don't.
We need those kind of people.
I think. Yeah. We need the people that are gonna be, I guess, nurturing and caring, and but I just feel like I respect people that go through hardships and make their way out of it.
Yeah.
Because man, just those people, you gotta watch out for them, because they're gonna do big things in their lives.
Absolutely.
Totally. So awesome. Okay. Next one comes from David M.2406. He says, Brada Johnny holding it down all weekend at Holo Holo and Sac. Set the tone with a shaka emoji. Yeah.
Thank you, brother David. Yes, sir.
So that was just a little shout out, not a question. Next question comes from la.aloha.ne. This person says, what is your favorite Hawaiian quote? I don't know if she means like a proverb or like maybe a saying or
Hawaiian
quote. Yeah. Or maybe a quote from somebody here. I don't really know how to interpret that one.
Use your blinker.
Or use one stinker.
I don't know. That's kind of a
maybe we could say like, what's your favorite pigeon word, or maybe your favorite local phrase or something?
Man, it's gotta be yes sir.
Yes sir. There we go. Okay,
yes sir, bless her.
We'll answer that with that. Okay, and then this next question comes from the same person, and this is a really cool question that I don't think I've asked anybody. Have you ever seen a ghost or some creepy, fun paranormal activity?
I've never seen a ghost, but I have experienced what people would call the choking ghost, which is like when you like wake up.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
I've
not a real ghost, but
yeah,
I felt that, and it felt like a ghost.
It feels weird, yeah.
I'm like trying to get out of it, and nothing's happening. But yeah, no, I've never really experienced an actual ghost.
Okay.
Though. And it's crazy. In high school, we used to go looking in abandoned buildings, like trying to find them. Thank God we don't find one.
Yeah, the sleep paralysis is so interesting. It happened the first time when I was in high school over here, my senior year. I remember being in the room, and it usually, so I looked into it later because it happened to me again when I was in the Peace Corps, my third year. I was just like on the ground on a yoga mat, just like taking a nap. And I guess sometimes it can happen when you're like super exhausted.
Yeah.
So when I think about the times it happened, and I was like totally almost burnt out, just super tired, like coming from, I don't know, work all week, playing sports, and then just like dead.
Yeah.
But the first time it happened, I was like, this is what is going on. And then you want to do something because you're like, what if somebody's calling me? What if somebody's knocking on the door? What if that's going through your head, and like you can't move. And when it happened to me again, I was a lot more calm because I knew what it was. So I was just like, oh, I'm in this sleep paralysis. Almost like when you're like in a vivid dream or like a lucid dream where you kind of know what's going on.
It's happened to me twice too, and both times I was not reacting to it well. I was like,
yeah,
because it's like to think that you're strong and you can't do nothing about it.
And then you see like your eyes are open. I don't know if your eyes are actually open or you're like,
bro. I was like, my ego was like, oh my God, like just not letting me have it, bro.
Yeah.
So, but never did experience a ghost.
Okay.
And I don't want to.
Yes. Hopefully not. If anybody got any ghost experience or sleep paralysis stories, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to read about it. Okay. Next question comes from Tanoman _ I don't know if it's underscore. He says, what's the hardest instrument to play?
Oh. For me, it is probably between piano and drums.
Mm.
So I play both, but piano, there's a lot of pressure on drums because you kind of hold it all together.
Mm-hmm.
But piano, for me, it's like you're half key away from just playing an off note. So it's like you gotta be, no matter what, between those two, you always gotta be on your P's and you gotta be on it. Like you gotta really dial in. I'd say I'm better at piano than I am drums, but I
Okay.
love drums the most though. Drums is like my favorite instrument.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were much of a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not like anything great like Tonoman.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm the emergency drummer at church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Piano, yeah, because there's so many keys. So if you one thing off,
but it's so pretty when you get it right.
Totally. Yeah. So impressive. Okay. These next question come from your team. Shout out to Ayana and Gabe. They wanted to leave some questions. First one is, Beast Mode is one of your most popular songs. What is the mindset like? Or what is that mindset like?
Beast Mode.
Which is one of my favorite songs as well.
So to me, if I could give a little bit of context as to how that song came about, like during COVID, it was really, I'm sure it was a hard time for everybody, but it was definitely a rough time for me trying to figure out what is this next season of my life looking like? Because from gigging, like I was gigging Tuesday through Sunday.
Oof.
Mondays were my only days off. And so you go from like making an income to absolutely no money. And so I became lazy and complacent. Like I wasn't even going to the studio writing music. I gained like 30 pounds. Like I was just such a fat, like just super out of shape. And at the time, my father-in-law, Pastor Mike, was doing like kind of like a book tour where he was doing these online seminars talking about his book, Pound for Pound Principle. And he was doing it in other countries. And there's a lot of times where like we get the link, like we could jump on and watch, but I wasn't even watching it. And then the day that I decided to tune in, it completely like just changed the trajectory of my career. First of all, I read his book years before that, and it changed the trajectory of my work ethic in college. But then again, like we're human, you know, sometimes we get complacent, sometimes we fall short, get lazy, and that's where I was. So when I tuned into the seminar, it like really sparked the fire under me, and it led me to writing Beast Mode. So in Beast Mode, it said, I mentioned pound for pound, we push through adversity. And that was like a little shout out to Pound for Pound, which is the book that Pastor Mike wrote. But Beast Mode, the mentality is like, no matter what season of life you're in, you're gonna push through it. It's a song about like, it's that having that Mamba mentality almost, like that Beast Mode mentality. Like no matter what you put in front of me, I'm gonna run through it every single time.
Yeah, I want to run through a wall when I listen to that song.
That's Marshawn Lynch too. Like they call him Beast Mode. Like in one of his interviews, I can't say every word he was saying, but he's like, I'm gonna run through your face. Like I don't care who you are, you stand in front of me, you're gonna get ran over. And that's been my mentality since then. It's like you either in or you in the way. And like the only thing that can stop me is myself. And that's the whole Beast Mode mentality. Like just no matter what happens, you give everything you got. And that's just like I was saying, like the whole holo thing, like as an opener, like I don't care if it's just 5 people. Like the Beast Mode mentality is this 5 people is about to get the greatest show that they've ever experienced.
The best 5% concert ever.
And it's just treating everything with that level of respect and integrity. Like this is the Super Bowl for me. And that's the Beast Mode mentality.
Awesome. I love it. The only other song I knew called Beast Mode was from, I think, B.O.B. Have you heard of that one? Remember B.O.B.? Yeah, they were like big for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I think they had a song with Bruno Mars, or no, maybe not. But yeah, B.O.B. They were big.
Is that the beautiful girls all over the world?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's B.O.B.
Yeah, him and Bruno.
Yeah, and then they had a song called Beast Mode. It was like, Beast Mode, give me those beats, I eat those.
I did hear that one. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I got 2 Beast Mode songs that I like. Okay, and then they ask, where did it come from? So you shared that, and what is the process before getting into that mindset?
Number 1 priority is I gotta spend time with God. Like at the end of the day, like the energy, the strength, the endurance, the gift that I have all comes from Him. If I was to try and do this on my own, then that wouldn't be Beast Mode. Like straight up. Like I draw everything from God. I draw everything from Jesus, and like I fully and wholeheartedly recognize like every little bit of success that I've had, it only happened after I said, "Here, God, take it."
Mm.
And I get all my direction from God. Like, and it's like there is no beast there. I can't get into beast mode if I'm not spending time with God. And so that's like the number one thing of the process of getting into that mindset is I gotta spend time with Him. Yep.
Awesome. Love that. That's what they said. Jesus, take the wheel, right?
Take the wheel.
Yeah.
Because if
she
not,
wasn't
I'm
joking.
a crash.
Yeah. He's been on beast mode since day one. Okay. And they also want to know one of the things that they think you do well with your music and public/private persona is remaining the same person. How do you ensure that you aren't putting on a character when you are writing and performing or even meeting fans?
I think recognizing that like it sounds super cliche. I only know how to be me. I don't know how to be anybody else. And you know what? I've even tried. I've tried. Like there's been times where I tried to write like somebody else or I tried to sing like somebody else. Number one, it's not true. Number two, it's not fun. Number three, the product sucks.
Yeah, it's just disingenuous.
I've written a whole song and then like some people thought it was a bop, but to me, I was like, it's just not me.
Right,
It's not sitting with me. And so like I gotta like the whole process of like creating, like I gotta stay true to who I am. Otherwise it's just gonna be meaningless. It's gonna have no depth. And I'd like to believe that if there's anything that a lot of my fans do love about me is my ability to stay true to who I am. If I was to try and be anybody else, like, you know what I mean? Like some people, like people have recommended I write songs about Pakololo. Like, cause I'm a reggae artist. Brother, I don't smoke weed. So why would I?
Yeah.
Why? You know what I mean?
What about this? No, I'm not a ganja farmer. Don't call me the ganja. What about that?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like you're writing it about it, but
you know, like I nothing against my good friends in the industry that are about that. Like, I'm not hey, that's you, but that's not me.
Well, I gave you the direction.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You can make both sides happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, just opposite.
Yeah. So it's like staying true to myself has definitely helped me a lot in the process. And like there is no persona. Like Elijah, Johnny, same guy, just different stage name. You know what I'm saying? And so it's easier for people to pronounce that name. And people will buy your product if they can pronounce your name well. So
very true. So is that how you got Johnny? What's the history between?
So Johnny Sweet. When I first got into the industry, I was with JP and Leslie and my cousin Lapana, and they're like, "Bro, we got to come up with a stage name for you." And at the time, this is before Christ, so like I had no relationship with God, but I still knew the significance and the power behind the name of Elijah. He's a prophet. He was the man in the Bible, right? But the songs I was creating were not good at all. I was basically being painted to be like a very raunchy artist. Like my first song I ever released is a song called Fairy Tale Lover, and it just talks about being like friends with benefits with this girl and not wanting anything to do with her, just using her basically. And that's who I used to be. And because of that, that's why I didn't want to use the name Elijah. I didn't want to disrespect the holiness of the name. Even though I didn't have a relationship with God, I still knew the weight that name carries. So they're like, all right, well, let's go to another name. And my nickname when I was a kid was Johnny. And so that's why my cousin Lapana, who called me Johnny when I was a kid, who's with me now, he was like, bro, why don't you go back to Johnny? And it just so happened we're in Waikiki, and I'm looking at all the hotels, and I'm like, sweet. Like Suite. You know, it sounds a little classy, you know, Johnny Sweet. So that's how we came up with the name.
Nice. Okay, and you're sweet like a dessert.
Yeah.
There's the pun.
Too many desserts.
Yeah. Okay. The last one from your team, Ayana and Cave, says, walk us through your show preparation.
Show
what is that
preparation.
Like when you're walking up, getting in that beast mode? Do you listen to other things before you go, or are you just repeating?
I listen to worship music.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, say let's go. If I got like 6 weeks to prepare, I'm in the gym heavy. I gotta do my cardio. because I dance a lot.
Yeah, you move around a lot.
I move a lot. Number one, I can't stand around even if you told me to. I got ADHD.
Yeah, right now this is the longest you've
This
ever
is the
sat
longest,
still, huh?
like, and I'm doing I'm focusing really hard to stay still. Yeah, like I when you mix passion for music and ADHD, you got me.
Okay,
I
Johnny
cannot,
Sweet.
I cannot never move. Like when we're at a red light and I got a blinker going, and you hear the click in the blinker, I'm over here like.
Just like
I start dancing to the click, and my wife's like, "Can you just chill for 1 second?" Like, so it's like you got it. That's why I gotta train hard. That's why I gotta get the cardio going, because I gotta get ready for the show. Day of show process, I'm always spending time with God, and as soon as I wake up, and seeing if there's anything that He wants me to share with the crowd. I always take my time to share a little bit of Jesus during my shows. God gave me the platform; it don't even belong to me in the first place. So I want to make sure that people can understand it. I'm not there to like shove my beliefs down anybody's throat. But even if you listen to my songs, it's all God breathed. I do a workout before my set. So like literally like 20 minutes before I go up, I do a intense workout.
What?
Yeah.
Doesn't tire you out?
No, it actually gets me like
Wow.
even more the kind. Now, but that's why like I played around with it to see what works best, because I always work out in the morning of the show, but I realized like if I work out too early, I'm gonna be really tired. So what I've found is that when I do a high intense HIIT workout 20 minutes before my set, by the time I go on stage, I'm already in my second win.
Are you not sweating?
Oh, I'm sweating.
So by the time you come out, they're like, "Did he just come out the shower?"
Yeah, I'm sweating, but I try to wipe it off as much as I
yeah.
can. But to me, like, I don't really care if I'm sweating.
You're gonna get sweaty anyways because you're already moving around.
Exactly. I'd rather put on the best show I can for you guys. So yeah, when you see me like at Bishop Museum, like I'm always at the bottom, like doing sprints.
What the heck?
High knees.
Oh.
I have my yoga mat, and then I have like my band, and I'm doing band work, and I'm doing like.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just doing hella jumping jacks. Sometimes I have my jump rope on me. When I'm on the road with Boog, like we're hitting mitts like right before we go on stage.
Wow.
Yeah, just to it really opens up your lungs and gets your cardio like already up and running. That way, the first 10 to 15 minutes, you're not like trying to get there. You're already there.
So you're already warmed up.
Yeah. Plus, my first 30 minutes of my show is just I'm in your face the whole time. I'm dancing, jumping. Sometimes I jump on the speaker in front, like. So it's like that's my main thing. Like I gotta work out before I go on stage. And of course, there's always, with my team, we always pray and give it up to God before we get up there, get spiritually aligned. And like I have such a great band, and like just connecting with each other and like having joy. We're never super serious. Like it's not a part of my DNA. We can be serious, but at the same time, like there's joy in doing what we get to do and doing what we love. So that's the whole process before the show.
Amazing. I love it. Wow, I had no idea. That's very intense.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm probably more of a meditative person. I love working out, doing HIIT workouts. That's the only workouts I like.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine doing that before anything. Like even if I would do it before coming to a podcast, like I'd still, do the sauna, cold plunge, cool down. So I'm just like still like mellow. Yeah. But like, you're just like amped, huh?
It's funny because whenever like we're at a festival and there's other artists' tents next to mine, and they're watching me and they're like,
"What's up with this guy?
What the hell is wrong with this guy?"
Like too much coffee this morning, Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta move. I gotta get sweaty.
Okay, cool. All right. This next question comes from our Patreon. One of our members, Keone L, says, "Who is your dream collaboration?"
Ooh. Can I do one island?
I was gonna say, and
then one
you should.
So one of my island reggae dream collaborations. Gosh, I have so many, so I'm just trying to think of like one. J-Bug.
J-Bug?
Yeah. That's one of my mentors now.
It's gotta happen, right?
I mean, we write together. Yeah. He's been helping me a lot, so I do foresee us doing a song one day. Happen. It's hard because like again, like I would love to do it with Fij. Kivini Vaitai, who's one of my mentors as well, who's not doing music anymore, but he's someone I would love.
What does he say? Why that name sounds so familiar?
We party here on the west side.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody goes through them hard times.
Yeah, okay. You haven't heard of him in a while, yeah?
Yeah, but Man, I would love to do one with Maoli. I would love to do one with Finn. Man, there's just so many.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm super blessed. Sometimes I honestly, till this day, I gotta pinch myself sometimes.
Mhm.
Like, am I really doing this with the guys that I grew up listening to? Like, their
Mhm.
songs were on my MySpace,
When your idols become your friends.
right? It's a
Yeah.
trip. It's a trip.
Totally. I
Like,
feel that same with the podcast.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm like, I still pinch myself when I'm singing on stage with Boog. I'm like when we open up with Run Up, right? And that song, bro, that was my song on my football highlights. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Amazing, right?
It's crazy.
Yep. It just shows,
Jesus.
goes to show what hard work can do and belief.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
resiliency. Okay. Awesome. And then who's your collaboration outside of the islands?
Tori Kelly.
Oh, okay. She comes here, right?
She
was-
does,
She was
she
here
does.
for American Idol. Like
Gosh,
a year or
she's so
two.
talented,
Yeah.
and like she's a God-fearing woman.
Mhm.
I would love to do a collaboration.
Yeah. Shout out to those YouTubers that
Yeah.
came, the musicians that came through YouTube. I was big on YouTube.
Big.
She's
bro.
one of
Like,
the
when she does stuff with
singers from
Jeremy
YouTube.
Passion, like
Yeah.
those videos. Yeah, Tori Kelly, Teddy Swims, Alan Stone.
Okay.
Those are like
nice.
three that
It's all
I
the
would
people that
love.
came from American Idol,
I know.
basically.
I know.
Cool. So hopefully it'll happen. All right. Last question. Saving the best for last comes from B. Kai. You might know who that is. This person wants to know, and you might know her, how much do you love your wife, and what's your favorite thing about her?
I love my wife very much. I am head over heels, and I'm not being sarcastic. I'm absolutely in love with my wife.
Mm.
Whew.
Mhm.
So I'm sure this meant to be a joke, but
Mhm.
I get there is it's such a cliche that couples like, oh, that's my best friend,
Mhm.
but she's truly my best friend. She's seen me grow. I mean, she had every reason to leave me or not even want to be with me, in the beginning stages. But she's been my rider since day one, as my best friend, as a partner. She's truly my biggest fan and my biggest critic.
There it is.
You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I champion my wife. I'm a fan of my wife.
Mhm.
She loves on people very well. She has a massive heart for people. She just she loves hard. She's passionate about other people. It's an absolute rarity that she ever puts herself first.
Mhm.
And she's a servant. Like, she serves me well as a wife, and I know I'd like to believe that I do the same.
Mhm.
But yeah, like there's just nights that I know this sounds super creepy, but I just watch her sleep and I'm like, I trip. Like, same way I told you, like I trip when I'm on stage with.
Mhm.
Now this is different, but like I trip that I get to watch, that I'm like, that this is my wife.
Mhm.
I trip. This is a girl that I had a massive crush on, that that is my wife now. Like,
Yeah.
and I trip that I get to do this life with her. And I never shy away from moments or opportunities where I get to champion my wife out in public. I think as a Polynesian male, it is a rarity that men can get in this vulnerable state to talk about their partner. I don't care. I don't care if I look soft. I don't care if I look like a square.
Mhm.
I'm gonna talk about my wife every time I get the opportunity to, because she's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, I love that.
And I hope it encourages other men that it's okay to get in this space and champion your wives. It's not like they need it. It's not like they need the affirmation all the time. But I think it's important that we open up the doors for men, that you can be vulnerable and you can love your wife in public. It's okay. Now, you don't got to make out with them
Mhm.
on the bench in front of the world to
Yeah,
see.
different kind of PDA.
Yeah, that's not what I mean. But it's okay to like love on your wife. Like,
Mhm.
I love dancing with my wife at
Mhm.
shows, like
Mhm.
at the festivals, like when I'm done with my set and like Common Kings is on. Or I love dancing with my wife. Like, I love being her boyfriend
Mhm.
again and just like dancing on her. Like, I love that. That's who I am.
Mhm.
And I have no shame in loving my wife. out for everyone to see.
Right on. I love that. We're the same. I totally agree. I feel like I'm the biggest fan of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And one day, when we get to that point, like I'm gonna be the same as you.
Soon, yeah.
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 I mean, maybe if I was, I say, not until I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Like I want to like fix all my injuries and stuff because I want to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And be able to get down on one knee because I'm also getting knee surgery in November.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah. So I'm getting 2 surgeries.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I need to physically be able to do it. But yeah, I totally know what you mean when you find you're the person that's meant for you, and I've done the same. It's just like, I'm just gonna watch you sleep.
For real, bro.
Yeah, don't worry. Just close your eyes.
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
My
I'll
wife
be here. Yeah.
She'll be getting ready, and then
Yeah.
she'll catch me staring, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "You just so fine."
I love that.
I know.
Everybody needs to bring that same energy.
Yeah.
I think it's great, and I would love to be a total simp. Like if people are like, "Wow, I never seen you like act like this way." Like because like I want to be like this way. Like this is how I feel in this relationship. So it's the greatest feeling ever. So yeah, more power to you.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, mahalo everybody for the social media fan questions. Make sure you leave some for our next guest, and maybe your question will make it on the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so we're coming to the back end of the podcast, and I like to ask all of my guests the same question about keeping it aloha. In your life, how do you keep it aloha?
How do I keep it aloha? Man, you have to put yourself last. It's hard to keep it aloha.
Mhm.
It's hard to show aloha if you are always only thinking about yourself.
Mhm.
If you're only thinking about yourself and you're only showing aloha to yourself, then there's not enough aloha to go around with everybody else. And so that's how I keep it aloha. Is you just gotta love people.
Mhm.
You gotta love everybody. And that's not to say put yourself last all the time. Like you gotta think about yourself. But at the end of the day, like just thinking about people that need love, that you can love on, that you can shower with love every day. Always making an extra point to love on somebody, whether it's helping someone cross the street or sometimes, buying the guy's Starbucks in back of you if it's within the budget.
Yeah.
But just always going out of your way.
Mhm.
Always going out of your way to show aloha, to show love to somebody is how I would keep it aloha.
I love that. I remember hearing this one thing from a play I watched where they said that aloha's like food. It's like food isn't food until it's shared. Or it's not, food isn't good until it's shared.
Wow.
Same with aloha. Aloha isn't aloha until it's shared.
Absolutely.
So I like that that mindset of, it's like, what are you gonna do if it's just like you're putting yourself first? So you're only keeping it for yourself.
Yep.
Like, so things are so much better when it's shared and it's given,
Absolutely.
So yeah, I love that definition and that way of life.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So at this point of your life, you still have such an amazing career ahead of you, but you've been through a lot already, and we're only in the precipice of our lives right now. We don't even know if we're using that correctly. But what would you say you're most proud of?
Oh, wow. I think at the level that I'm at in my career, one of the things I'm most proud of is keeping my heart to serve others. I came up as a background singer, singing with Fiji, singing with Fia. I've sang backup for Tanel, and now I travel, even as a solo artist, but I travel with J-Bug. I love serving these artists. I love doing what I can, doing what I'm good at to bring the best out of them, and complimenting what they have going on. I think really keeping a servant heart, having a level of servanthood is always going to work in your favor anyway. As a backup singer, even someone like me who I'm a natural front man, I have to take a step back and say, what can I do to better support Boog in his career as his backup singer? So it's like knowing when certain things are necessary, knowing when I need to dial it back a little because it's not about me, it's not my show. Knowing what can I do off stage that's gonna help complement Boog. So like I know that Boog loves to work out, but again, everything is always better and done in a community. So we work out together on tour every day before the show. Our trailer, we pull out the bench, the dumbbells, the boxing gloves, the jump rope, and the med ball, and we're working out together. How can I make myself available to this person and serve them to put them in a better position to succeed? And so that's what I believe that I'm most proud of my servant heart. And I hope that doesn't sound arrogant, but I truly do believe that it's my ability to serve others and put them first that always puts me forward in my career.
You have such a good heart, and you're so humble that you're apologizing for being arrogant for the trait of helping others. I hope
It's weird talking about yourself in that light, you know?
It's the Polynesian. It's the,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. You're like, I so hope this doesn't sound arrogant. That I just love helping others. I love being a nice person. I love being kind to others. I love holding the door open for people. I love buying people Starbucks in the back. But yeah, sorry if that makes me sound like.
Sorry if I offended you.
Yeah, sorry if that. So fun. That's so Samoan of you. You know, we have a Hawaiian time, and then we have we have Hawaiian time. Is like Samoan time a thing? You know,
Oh, absolutely.
Is
At
it-
the end of the day, I think it's just Polynesian.
it's this Polynesian time.
Yeah.
So we're just when we say Hawaiian time, whatever, we're
Yeah.
just talking about the Polynesian island
Mhm.
time that we're
Yeah.
just not in a rush.
My whole band is all Polynesian.
Yeah.
So if we got a 6 o'clock call time, I tell them that call time is 5:15.
Okay, nice.
Then everybody's on time
Yeah.
except Miley. Nah, just kidding. Love you, Mai.
Okay, right on. Yeah, sounds good. What's the future looking like? What's your next shows coming up? What do you have planned for the next?
So I don't have any. Oh, I have some shows coming up actually.
Mhm.
I'm playing. I'm playing at the Valor.
Okay, yeah, nice.
In November. And Moani Waikiki.
Mhm.
I'm doing like a UH pregame party.
Oh, fun.
At the last home game, and so I'm a massive UH football fan, and my brother plays for
Yeah,
them too. You know, so
perfect.
I'm super stoked for that. Like I said, I've been building a lot of music. I'm releasing a song next month, so I'm super stoked about it. It's a Christmas song.
Yes,
I won't tell you what the name of
I
it
heard
is
it.
yet.
They were playing it before the
yep.
podcast. It's really good.
I showed Kamaka
It's
before.
gonna be on my Spotify likes.
Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just been building. I'm working on collaborations right now. I'm working on a song with Mr. Shant, who's one of my best friends. Fia, who's one of my best friends. I'm also doing working on a song with Hiwata.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm open to a lot of
Excited for that.
collaborations, man. I think this is that season for it.
Mhm.
Of just collaborating with people and just growing in that community aspect of what we got going on in island reggae here in Hawaii. Even like in the mainland island artists, looking forward to if you want to collab, I would love to. I'm super open to it. So let me know.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. I already asked you earlier about something you wish people knew about you that they don't. And I usually ask all my guests that. I just thought of one right now because, you're a big guy. You can be intimidating to some, but you're very vulnerable. You're very open, which I love. I love when people can get vulnerable. What would you say is like the dorkiest thing about you?
The dork.
Like if everybody, like, how we have some things that we don't like to share with people, like, whether that's like anime or you like bougie things or there's something like that. Like, I don't know, maybe Becca can expose you, but like, what is one thing just to like break down some walls?
I love romantic comedies.
Rom-coms.
I love love movies.
Mhm.
I
You're a
love-
lover. I can tell you.
Yeah, I love love.
Yeah.
I love love. I love love, bro. I love Dear John. The Notebook.
The fact that you're getting so excited, your legs coming out, you're like sitting up, like, ooh.
Oh, one of my favorite shows of all time is One Tree Hill.
Oh, okay, nice.
Like I'm
Chad,
team,
is that Chad Michael Murray?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Team Haley all the way. Peyton, loved Peyton.
Twilight? Are you
I love Twilight, bro. I love
Team
Twilight.
Jacob, Team Edward?
The macho in me really wanted to be Team Jacob so bad, but you know what? I'm so soft. I'm a softie. So I'm Team Edward all the way. He's so delicate, even though he could snap your neck.
Yeah. That's like you.
No, I can't snap your neck. Nah, just kidding. I love love. So like I love oh babe, what's the movie where the guy gets into the wife gets into an accident, hits her head, doesn't remember. He has to make her fall in love with her again.
Oh. Well, it's like it's not 50 First Dates, but
It's Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum.
I think I saw that movie.
Gosh, I watched that like 5 times. And I cry. I cry a lot. Is that dorky? I don't know. I'm a crybaby.
I think more people should be open to doing that.
Yeah, and like I know all my gangster cousins probably gonna watch this, be like, "You soft."
Yeah.
But you know, I wasn't always like this. I always had tried to act gangster. But as soon as I found Jesus and the real me came out, oh my gosh, I went from Grizzly to Teddy real quick.
That's awesome.
Like I just be crying all the time.
Yeah. No, my emotional side, because I was pretty like, I don't really show emotions really, but my emotional side changed when I went to the Peace Corps and I was around other people that were really open to being emotional and like sharing stuff and like crying. Like sometimes they'd be like, "Sorry, I'll see you guys later. I gotta go cry." Like, you know, it's like I just need a good cry. Like people are so open about it. And like,
that's crazy.
it's just when you're around that, you know, it's just there's this like comfortability that you get with yourself after that, because it's like, other people do it. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is just part of being human.
Yeah. I think it's Dear John. I might have said that, but I don't know if...
Not About Time. About Time is the one.
No,
you never seen that one? That was a good one. The Vow.
The Vow.
Is it that one? The Vow?
The Vow. Oh my gosh. That's one of my... Actually, that might be my number one favorite.
Oh yeah, Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's...
Oh yes, I remember this one. Leo.
Oh my God, Leo.
And then Dear John, another Channing Tatum movie. So you just like Channing Tatum?
Maybe.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I like Magic Mike, okay? Nah.
No, yeah, we don't like Magic Mike.
Yeah, so all the dance moves you see on stage, I never learned that from him.
Oh, 1 or 2. Which one was it? Okay, awesome. Hold on, let me put this back. All right, so before we end the podcast, I gotta know, what is your life hack?
Ooh.
Were you able to think of a solid life hack?
What is my life hack? Oh, I just did a couple of those.
Watch Magic Mike to learn how to dance.
Shucks. Life hack. Okay, maybe this might be super practical. This is specifically for our generation and those younger. A great life hack is to open a Roth IRA account and a mutual fund account. Our age, unfortunately, very reckless with finances.
Well, financial literacy isn't a thing that's taught to us.
It's not. Yeah. So I would say, if you're watching this video, a great life hack, if you're not financially literate, become financially literate. Financially literate. First, I gotta be literate.
Learn how to speak English.
I know. Can't even be literate, and I will be speaking
first
about
become
financial
literate.
So become financially literate. Take classes. I watch a lot of Dave Ramsey online, and then I took Financial Peace University.
Awesome.
It's something that not a lot of people in my family have taken, but I'm a chain breaker in my family. I'm someone who's changing the trajectory for generations to come. So I believe a true life hack is becoming just educating yourself on how to become financially stable. I still got long ways to go, but I'm definitely in a much better space now than I was 5 years ago. And I just want to make sure that my kids don't have to go through what I went through.
All 13 of them.
Yeah.
All 13.
The whole rugby and volleyball team. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a life hack. Educate yourself on finances. Just because you come from nothing doesn't mean you have to continue in that lifestyle.
Yes, I love it.
Come on.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. That's like the point of my life that I'm into. Like, I'm just like, how do I invest, or what do I do with this money? Roth IRAs are good. I still haven't started one, but I've known about them for a long time, and the plan is to do one eventually. But I just feel like I'm not ready yet. So I definitely want to get there at some point. Okay, I want to know, before I get into my last Fast Fave 5 questions, those are just rapid fire answers. What is a question you wish I asked today?
Maybe what is something that hasn't been enough of a priority that is a priority now?
Well, it's football. Fantasy football, right?
Sundays,
That's
right?
why I didn't ask. Cause
Yeah,
I
you're
already
right.
knew that.
So you know already.
What would be your answer to that?
Honestly, my health, my physical
We
health.
are so similar.
It's
Tell you.
been a roller
Yeah.
coaster. It's been very inconsistent for the last 5 years. This year has been the most consistent, but I could still get better at it. Yeah, my health journey has been up and down. It's almost as if like as soon as college football was over, it's like, well, no need to work out anymore.
Yeah, what's
you
the
know?
point? Yeah.
But then again, it's like making health a priority in my life so that like I can chase my kids around the playground without tripping over my stomach. And you know what I mean? Like, and like I've had so many family members and friends who have passed away because of their health, because they haven't taken care of themselves.
Diabetes, high cholesterol,
yep.
those plate lunches,
all
gout,
of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. And like sadly, specifically for Polynesians, we joke around so much about gout. We joke around so much about eating and food consumption, like, and gluttony. We use it as a joke, and then no one ever takes it seriously until everyone's at the hospital saying goodbye. And so for me, I want to get healthy. I'm doing much better than I was before. But it's almost as if like even my strength coach was like, all right, come gym until you have a show. So it's like I try to squeeze in 3 to 6 weeks of working out before my show. And then as soon as the show's over,
it's cruising, yeah.
he don't see me again for another 2 months. So it's like really making it a lifestyle. And I'm not speaking from a place where I'm looking at people saying this is what I've done. I'm speaking from a place where this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I am getting healthy. I'm not healthy yet.
We're on the journey together.
Yes, we're on the journey together.
Come join.
And I want to use this time to encourage our people, man. Like start with walking. Start with walking. Start with eating less. Stop eating after 8 o'clock. Drink a lot of water. Stop the sodas. Stop the sugars. You know what I mean? And that's the stuff that I'm working on doing now. Like I'm saying this, but then like, the other day I had ice cream at 11 p.m. So again,
I was literally about to say that. Like we are the same person.
It's like I really want a fat burger after
He's the
this.
Samoan 250-pound version of me that can sing.
So yeah, man, that's definitely a priority of mine now. My wife has been a great partner in encouraging me and pulling my ear, and so yeah, I wanna use that time to like just encourage our people, man. Get healthy.
Totally.
Get healthy. Let's not die young. You know what I mean? We're so young.
Break the chain.
Break the chains.
Yeah.
Break the, not just financially, not just with career wise, but our health. Let's be a healthier Polynesian community.
I love that. Mahalo for sharing.
Yeah.
That's been my journey in my 30s is like, just trying to get healthy. I mean, like I'm the biggest I've ever been, and maybe that means nothing to you because you're like, well, you look so tiny. But for me, it's like, and I've had these like injuries for years that I just ignore it. So now I'm finally taking care of it so that next year I can get back to what I love to do. And like, I like working out at F45. I love surfing. I love playing soccer, like doing all these things that like this year it was all taken away from me. So it's like it's tough. So it just starts with us though, just making it like a lifestyle. Like even though that I'm not working out, I could still be better on my nutrition. I can still be better on other aspects of life, or still do a few other things that I'm capable of doing, but I'm not doing it. So or like you said earlier, we're all human, we all falter. So we'll get there. Just as long as we keep making little progress every now and then. We don't get so far gone where it's just like it takes so much effort just to get off the couch. And making it a lifestyle is so important. All right, well, these are just my last fast fave 5 questions. These are just rapid fire answers, okay? Favorite karaoke song?
Favorite karaoke song? My Band by Eminem.
Oh, nice. That's a fun one. Do you have other people helping you with that? Because there's little like...
oh, no, I do it all. It's just me.
Yeah.
No background singers.
Okay,
solo.
nice. Okay. All right, favorite guilty pleasure?
Ooh. What does that mean again?
It's like it could be like a vice or something that like a lot of people, it's just like something you eat, like say like it's cookies or ice cream, or it could just be like golfing, or like it could be like something that you get a lot of pleasure from, but it's like it's almost like you feel guilty doing it.
Oreos.
Yeah, Oreos. We have Oreos right there, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So like I like to make I call it Samoan cereal. I just put Oreos in a bowl and I put milk inside.
Wow.
And I eat it like cereal.
That really is like cereal.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it because we're always taught to like dip the Oreo in the milk.
I don't even waste time.
Yeah.
Just put it all one time.
You know, because you're taking time, you know,
Yeah.
you could do the techniques. Do you ever do the fork in the
Yeah.
cream so you
Don't
don't
need all
have,
that.
so you just throw them all
We just got done talking about healthy lifestyle. Yeah, my guilty pleasures, Oreos.
You know,
I love Oreos.
I like rarely eat Oreos.
I mean, I just love cookies. If I'm being honest,
yeah.
I love cookies. I love porridge. When you walk in my cookie corner, it's dangerous,
Don't
bro.
tell me.
Sometimes
I just had cookie
I
corner.
gotta close my nose.
What is it? That smell. It's like the cartoon, yeah, where you see the smell coming to the cartoon and they like
and it
start
starts
floating
to drag
and,
you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the thing is, I don't love just like one cookie. Like I'll get one of each.
What is I like the snickerdoodle.
That's my favorite. Okay, snickerdoodle.
I had a,
but then I'll take a snickerdoodle. I'll do the one where it's like half chocolate coated.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do the shortbread. The shortbread is undefeated. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Even like the Big Island candies.
If I'm sitting on the plane and sometimes Hawaiian, they give you a cookie. I like looking at my neighbor if they're gonna eat their cookie. Like, hey, how's it about you?
The worst is when they said no to it. Just take it anyways and give it to somebody.
Exactly. They're not even thinking about being generous.
Exactly.
I always do it.
People, yeah.
No, I'm good. Oh, you like my cookie? You like my pretzels? No, Raja.
Yeah. Dang, you got me thinking about this Samoan cereal thing now. I never thought about that. I've not. I used to love cereal, but I don't eat cereal anymore because it's not really healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, but man, if I'm gonna have dessert, I'm just gonna do that.
Might as well.
I'm gonna try it. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? We're still young. We could be healthy tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay. Favorite way to relax?
Oh man, I just love to kick my feet up and watch a good show. Yeah,
TV show or
movie. Like honestly, movies is hard because I'll be scrolling for an hour before I find something.
That's the hardest part.
That's one of my wife's irritating. She's like, don't pick a movie or pick one before we get home. But yeah, I love watching TV shows whenever we have the time to.
Okay, yeah.
It's a rarity that we do get time to relax, but when we do, I'm glad that again, me and my wife, we love the same thing. We blast that AC, close the curtains, turn that TV on,
nice,
and we watching stuff all day.
This is a perfect segue to my next question. Favorite TV show or movie?
Favorite movie of all time? I know it's super cliche, but Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember the Titans.
Can't go wrong.
I love Blindside too. So a lot of sports movies has always been my favorite. Favorite TV show growing up? I know I shared that. One Tree Hill because I love movies. But right now, we are watching King...
Arthur?
No.
King.
Oh, Kingston Town.
Kingston Town. What is that?
It's like a TV show. So you know the guy from Avengers, the one that always shooting the arrow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why can't I think of his name?
I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But he's the main character in this TV show, and basically he's a prison. He's like a prison guy that makes deals with like the prison guards, the police, and the leaders of the gangs to try and keep the peace.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's been our show lately.
Yeah. I like him. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but he was in that big accident last year where he got run over by like a snowmobile.
Yes.
Or snow something.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. And I love them in the Bourne movies too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, last one. As I always, I save the best for last. Favorite way to perform when you don't know the lyrics to a song?
Well, obviously, everybody's been seeing the video that I did with Chloe Kai. It's happened to me before. I just freestyle. I make up my own words on the spot.
Okay.
I've done that a good amount of times.
And nobody really catches it.
Nobody really catches it. Or those that, if I realize that, like, it's like, okay, if I'm like familiar with it and I know the main words within the sentences in that lyric, then I will make up words around it so people won't really know because they're only trying to pay attention to the main words, right? Like love, like best friend, like passion. But I'll make up words around that as long as they're only paying attention to the key words. But if it's a song I absolutely don't know at all, I will freestyle.
Okay.
And
As long as you kind of know the melody.
Yeah. And I will make it funny. That way people will laugh.
Okay.
Instead of me being embarrassed.
Yeah. Or like make it so different where it's like they know it's a joke or you're intentionally changing the lyrics.
Yeah. You have to come with that direction so that they're not taking you seriously and then you're not getting canceled on the internet.
Okay. Nice. Good. That's a good life hack. I'm thinking of this name, Andrew Renner. Is that the guy's name? Or is that a character that he played? Let me look it up before we close the show.
I'm pretty sure that's his name.
Is it Andrew Renner? I don't. He doesn't.
He was also in The Town.
The Town, yeah.
With Ben Affleck.
Andrew. I don't think it's Renner. No, that might have been a character he played in a show. But let me just go Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner. Okay, so I had the last name.
Andrew's cousin.
Andrew's cousin. Yeah. The one that lives in Idaho. Yeah. He was the one that he didn't shoot the arrows, but he did those little sticks. You ever see those sticks that they throw?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Mahalo for coming in and talking stories with us, sharing your life story. Is there anything you want to share with us before we wrap up? If not, tell us where we can find you.
Just catch me on social media, Instagram, Johnny.suite, sweet like hotel sweet. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, all at the same handle. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, and check them out at the Cookie Corner, getting the sweets.
Come on.
Yeah. All right. Mahalo, Johnny, for joining us on the Keep It Aloha podcast. Spread love, be kind to one another, and mahalo for listening to us today. We have new episodes every Thursday, so make sure you follow us and leave a review. I'm your host, Kamaka, and remember to always keep it aloha.